so much discussion around this double wall
Wait,
comp,
but can time jump for a
what are your
week?
thoughts on it? Do you feel like we've seen too much of it at this
That's
point?
incredible.
I mean, definitely a lot of teams are running it in the same style. I think continuing what Sean was saying on the desk, Loud is one of those teams that is definitely
Honestly, the
continuing
fact
to
that I found out that I
innovate, but the
can,
rest are
it's
kinda
now
catching
easy
up
to
still.
time out for
I think
longer,
one
that's kind
way
of sick.
that you've seen Leviathan use it is
I thought it was
a
just a
lot
10
more
minute,
retake,
but
a
honestly,
lot
there's a
more
little
saving
little
when they
bar
lose
on
that
the
B
side.
They're
Oh
kind of
boy.
leaning into the fact that this
It's
B
opened a
side
whole new
of
world.
Pearl is so difficult to hold and so difficult to play the retakes in entirely.
Okay, Lev
So
on defense,
there's the
MIBR
different
on
schools of
attack.
thoughts
We
where you
have
use
the
Harbor
four
Viper
frenzies
as
are
a
coming
map
out in
control
force,
tool,
but I don't see
or
them
you
winning
use it
too
just as a
much.
straight up sight taking tool.
MIBR on attack, creeping forward towards Art first, and you've got Taco, who should be first contact with NZR close by. There's a lot of info here. This is set up to be disastrous. Yeah, it is. The first kill goes through and the spike goes down. Look at MIBR. Look at Heat pushing the pace, but King's there to stuff it almost instantly.
Nah,
They just
the
got
four.
Once they get on the pistol around here, and I was looking at the series and
Four
thinking,
frenzies is
MIBR
not
has
the
had
one.
some very close game. Every single series has gone to 3 maps. And if they really want to take it to Leviathan, they need to be converting the pistol rounds. They have been the worst pistol round team in the Americas League so far, and yet they're still 2-1.
We're not wrong with Sentinels.
Almost feels like that shouldn't be the case, right? When you're
It wasn't
losing
too
those
much.
as
They're
frequently as
sent.
are,
They
but
definitely got a little bit
nonetheless, They
outclassed.
find themselves with that record. A little bit of testing of the waters towards B. Spike not committed yet, but the rotation's already here.
Felt like the Killjoy kind of owned them a lot.
Yeah, the Viper wall being up too. The
And
Trailblazer there.
Aspas. Killjoy and the
One on
Aspas.
both
It was a
sides,
combo.
Which
I
gives
guess.
them an opportunity to maybe work picks,
30
but with 30
seconds
seconds, it would be
Free
so
strip.
difficult.
Is he asking to be freed already?
FRZ's already been spotted. Has to take
Oh, chat, I'll let you decide. Yeah, you can all vote
Came
for
in
it.
too.
Player standing.
It's gone 1 for 1.
Spikes down
I'll
on the
let
other
you all
side now
decide.
too, so FRZ has no way in.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fight his way out of this link. With time short,
10 seconds left.
too many targets, and not enough health to deal with it all. Leviathan takes the first.
Max timeout is 14 days. Oh my
That was a
goodness.
really, really
Yeah,
nice
let's
setup inside
unban him
Art
and let
there
me do a
for Leviathan.
14-dayer.
The flash
Mm-hmm.
from Nosworth setting up Taco brilliantly. And MIBR thought they might end up getting the upper hand there while they take down Taco with Heat dashing forward. And I think that's something that Heat has been doing very well for his team, is looking for these gaps and dashing into the gaps, allowing Muriz, allowing RGL, allowing JZZ
Right.
to
4 frenzies.
play up to their ability.
Not the one
that
on
we've
this.
seen in the last 2 weeks.
Didn't pay off in terms of how they're
But
approaching
right
this
there,
though.
they're
Full
a little ahead of the play.
priority in terms of guns.
We'll see if that's the case, if that continues. As Heat tries to dictate pace.
It's not a power trip, yeah.
A little bit of mid-control early on for MIBR.
How many channel
Nothing
points to time
really else
someone
doing.
out for?
No-
Oh, that's
no
sick.
buy
Can
on
you
the side
do
of the
that?
attacking side either.
Can you have channel points then? You can just time random people out for spending channel points. That's kind of
Also
cool.
Looking at that high tide coming through.
I like that.
Trying
Just
to
turn you
control
all
the
into
cooldown, that's
savages.
really
It'd be
important
fun.
as the attackers.
Oh my god, and everyone just uses their
If you
points on
have the
bacon.
Harpers playing in such a floaty
Chat, it
position,
could be incredible.
rotating very fast. If you can find a cooldown gap, those are the timings on this comp, against this comp.
But if you can't, man, a good Harbor is miserable to play against.
Well, and combined with the Viper, too,
Chat,
the
you'd
orb
get so annoyed. It
and the other
would be
wall timing is
unbelievable.
ridiculously hard to find.
Blinded. Careful here.
And this is something that
No, it has
Leviathan is
to be
so
expensive, man. It
incredible
has to be
at.
expensive,
So
yeah.
far in the Americas League is giving up space for reasons, giving up space for places where they can end up covering gaps.
Can we time me out? I hope
Later
not.
on, and they get the clock down to 30 seconds
30
for the
seconds
attack,
left.
and no real chance.
Still a couple of mollies on the site too as King swings around, falls. For now without taking one with him. They still have a couple of reinforcements. Taco's still on the opposite side of the map,
Hey,
but
they're gonna at least get a plant on
still
this.
help on the way.
There's a good chance they can do some damage if they get off. They get 2 people off site here.
Spike ticking away, Shy on the swing, spots one, the second, the
Damn,
third,
all that
lands
happens.
the transfer, lands
It's not
the
too bad.
spray, and lands
It's not too
another
bad. They
round for
got
Leviathan.
2 guns. Got a plant into it.
They don't even need
We
Taco
see
in
a
that
full buy
instance.
here, so yeah, we're gonna have pistol, pistol.
Anti-eco,
Probably
though,
the
MIBR
ones that
getting
they
the spike
got
down,
and saved
even
from the
finding
pistol
that
round
gap in the
itself.
first place, very nice.
And yeah,
So credit to them for that.
we'll see.
It does kind of make me think of what you were just saying earlier, though, on how they then seem comfortable in giving up space for a
Yes.
very intentional reason, right? So they gave up mid. There's a deep flash, so you're going to confirm that they've lost mid, and they're okay with that.
Yeah,
As they
I think
funnel
that
into
could
A,
be
you
kind of
got the
fun.
nanos. You
I
have three
agree.
players who are still playing on that side. It was perfect.
Yeah, you could tell that that's a focus point for owner.
End
this
the
team.
stream for 5 mil.
You can see it in the stats too, and the way that
This
they
is
play
gonna
their
be fun.
retakes. They actually allow the site to be taken 3/4 of the time, which is absurd.
Ooh, this is fast. This may be absurd
Yeah,
as well.
this is nice. So Lev, just knowing, obviously everyone's started to work it out. What is this comp good at spamming B? How do we want to
No
approach this?
aggression
Let's
from
shut
MIBR.
down
They're
B
gonna rotate
early.
away.
Bonus rounds. 3 people over towards B. And heavy in
Again,
terms of they're waiting for them to
Taco
come
and
back and exec
now's-
on them
now's we're playing
and take
hand
map
in hand,
control.
Just a flash
There's just
out
3
every
people
single
here.
time.
Just contact flash.
Not only that, Mazino's
pretty
here
cool.
to prepare his cove in case
In terms of
they
how
need to fall
MIBR are
back.
approaching this, they
The
don't want
funny thing here
anything
about
to
the-
do with it.
hold on,
At the
Taco might get
moment, they're
caught.
at least creating question mark
Might
here.
as
Getting
well.
some orbs,
Spotted
I
him. He
guess,
knows he's
onto
there.
the
Procs the
harbor. I
dash,
think I saw that go up.
waiting for just the right moment to get out. And he decides that that's now.
And seeing 2 players all the way up B long right there gives MIBR right timing. This is what they're so good at in the series against NRG, was rotating very fast and hitting sites where they're not prepared. 2 players up B long there from Leviathan means so much less on this A side.
Fru, why are you joining in?
They're still the 6th man, so to speak, in the Killjoy utility that they're going to have to navigate around. Deep harbor wall. Zoning things off for now. Just shy on this side of the fight. That's another wall. It's cut through the
30
site.
seconds
Shy
left.
falls.
Spam.
Damn,
That was
nice
gross.
shot.
Spike now planted in an unconventional spot. They attempt to make this retake. Mazino, the first to swing around and the first to get punished. Can King land a spam through the wall? He can.
No charges
They're cut
left.
off by a Viper Orb here.
Poison's off.
I wonder if King can control things. They're just going to have to flood their way out. They have to bully through the numbers that they have, and it succeeds.
Okay.
There's not enough fuel there, but that could have
Is
gotten
this
really
enough
scary.
damage?
MIBR converting on their anti bonus. Forcing
Gonna have 2
Leviathan
guns bought, and then we have
to figure
armor.
out exactly how
So,
they're going to deal with these
it's gonna be a
floats from
swing
MIBR,
round.
These fast rotates.
so yeah, this and this. Okay, let's see.
And I want to
Huge
continue
round.
speaking about that because against NRG, they were out calling finesse in a sense because of how often they were looking for
Okay,
that
someone
weak side.
someone decide. I'll give someone power, and you can decide if Striff gets unbanned or not.
And it
Who
continues
hasn't
the same
mentioned
pattern
it?
here on Pearl.
Who am I just gonna pick on?
Now Taco's got the op up. They're probably going to get a little less aggressive.
There must be
And
someone.
those gaps might not present themselves throughout the rest of this game.
Okay, we've got a new fast message. Muffy clock.
They did leave
There we
Taco
go.
down in
Muffy,
cubby
you
long,
can
but it seems
decide.
like they
Does
hit from
Striff get
MIBR once
unbanned or
and
not?
towards A.
Muffy, it's up to you.
Trailblazers cleared, and I wonder if they spotted some of that Killjoy utility, the alarm bot maybe. Either way, Reckoning now invested. Scaling forward with the Cascade as well. They want to commit, they've dropped the spike. Just a little.
Out though. They did wait out that cascade.
Damn.
Leviathan, who maybe wanted
Muffy's
to
really
flood 'cause there was
taking his
4
moment
people
on
here.
this.
Because they waited it out because
Trial
it
of
took so long.
tests.
They
Okay,
now
you
have
lot, chat. You lot
KJ
decide
up
between you. I'm
online
going to tune
from
into
the
this
flash.
one because it's a massive
And that
swing round. Oh,
cascade's
it goes
gone.
down.
Leviathan don't have as much retake util.
Yeah, but they
It's
could
really
just flood out,
escalating
and
to
that's
something.
exactly what they do.
Lockdown destroyed.
But they got the
He
plant
put him in a
down.
position where the
and
only
it's
thing
just
they
gonna
can
be
do
this
is go
absolute
forward, and they
spam
take it
fest.
Gladly. Now Mazino on the tap. You've got a defensive setup here. Mazino's going to get halfway. He's going to stick it all the way through. No challenge.
Damn, okay.
It's not planted for art, but
The
on top
constant
of that,
pressure was
look
too
at
good,
that
and
second
even though
side.
the duel was
Adam
lost over
Mazino.
towards here,
He's doing that
too many
from
bullets.
secret. He's throwing
Too many
it,
bullets were
covers
used, and they just had
not
to
only
reload,
players
and
in
then we
A
could
main,
stick the
but
plant.
also puts a
So
little pocket for the art players to push up on them. So all of the rest of his teammates, while they flood, they're able to get inside that orb that you see on the retake and right next to that high tide with so much space on art. You can't even get positions there to throw any of the util
what's the latest? What's the
that you might want.
what's the
For
trial
example,
of
FRZ
tests?
throwing a nanoswarm or something
been
like
removed?
That. That's a
Okay, you
huge
will come
now
to
for
a,
Leviathan. And a reason
come to a
why they're so
conclusion.
focused on these retakes.
Ooh, Blades up high.
Okay, blades go in.
Nothing
Yeah,
for
they don't
Etho.
catch anything with that
Ever
one.
since people have been doing this
MIBR,
up top
how have
with
they
knives
managed to squeeze
at
out a
lock-in,
buy?
Players are no longer playing on top of that box at all.
They're scared, man. I don't blame them.
They had ult, they got plant down.
Trying to find the timing with the Trailblazer. The push is there, but he has help! He's gonna get them both. No, the trade up for Mazino. 50 HP though as he tries to preserve life. Swing up from NZR is good. Instantly traded though.
And he just barely escapes too.
Damn, you're a
I
crazy
can't
guy.
believe he's following up right now. He's
You're a real
actually
crazy guy. Gets full info. He's
completely
gonna hear
cut
this
up.
running.
How MIBR want to approach this? He might catch the spike.
The flash.
No. Damn, nicely done.
And now the spike's in no man's land.
Mizzino took a
That is
massive risk really
Such
on
a
this one.
different way for
but
Leviathan
it
to play too.
paid
I thought
off.
the approach from MIBR was good. Actually, try to fight in mid to lessen some of that retake util that Mizzino has been so good at. And he used both cascades, but they didn't expect the counter aggression like that.
Not only do you have to deal with his utility,
30
you have to deal with him too. Perfectly played by Mizzino.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about
starting to see why.
not sure about
That's
perfectly
what's
played, but
putting
the
a little
risk
bit of a
definitely
question
paid
mark
off.
Gets this?
on
Like it was a
allowing
straight up
Pearl in
risk.
to the pool entirely. I thought it was probably a good thing that they are only allowing one of Pearl and Lotus, which looked like Leviathan's best
The
two
risk
maps
definitely
right
paid
now.
off. He was low HP as well, so
But Pearl is so good right now for Leviathan. They're taking down
Jesus.
so many teams that look like, I mean, competitors to Loud, for example. And Loud just lost to Sentinels on this map. So there's turmoil, and Leviathan might end up being the team that comes up on top on this map specifically.
Taco looking for a head. It's nothing but a warning
Okay,
shot.
doesn't get the kill, but in return, spamming through this, they managed to get one.
This is
And
the
it's a
first time
big
now
one as
that
well.
MIBR has
Taking down
taken
Viper.
B-Long a little
This is
bit
finally
early.
the
You
eco that we were
remember
waiting
that
for.
engagement where Taco pushed out B-Long. But here, more info is denied from the Leviathan squad, so they have to be, especially now with that pick, they have to be a lot earlier with these rotates. That's a KJ ult, or util down, so investing a pit as well. I like that call from King. A lot of teams invest that ult so early to try to lock down a
Yeah, I
specific
think that's good
spot on the
reactionary.
map, but
And again,
if you can cover up gaps,
it's just so fine that
it gets dangerous.
they use it against the eco to try to make sure they
Burns
keep a
down
lot
so
of
much time. Mizzino
keep
able
that
to
econ
sidestep
good.
the flash. And now no idea what's on the other side of the cascade, and because of that cascade, they have to use the Trailblazer to get out of link.
And that's way earlier. It's not going to spot Taco right now.
That should set him up for a kill.
Chat's
but no,
going
not able to land a
insane.
shot
Yeah,
on
man,
Jordan.
it's like-
He's going aggressive.
it's
He pushes the
powerful.
pace
It's true.
right into Taco Shorty. How much
How's
more can
anyone
they
meant to
find?
keep
They're
their
dancing
sanity with
around
this
the
map?
reckoning that's just wreaking havoc on the site.
Round B.
And again, it is just so well played from Leviathan there. You called out the Trailblazer. That has
Yeah,
to
it
come
gets
out
to
early
people.
because Mizzino's cascade, he's using it falling back. It looks like it's a safety thing for him not to die. But in that case, he's trying to add uncertainty to what MIBR are approaching to on the other side of that wall. Taco could have been sitting there. And now they can't clear out his op. That's such a huge part of these Viper Harbor comps because there's only one initiator on the field.
Okay, so they get their money
Early
into an
timeout called by
okay
MIBR
spot.
as we
They
take
got to
another
buy in
moment
this
really
one.
just to just discuss the minutia in
5-1
that play,
down,
right?
yeah.
The fadeaway cascade.
It's just
being what
they're just gonna
forces
say
the
go
Trailblazer
B,
out, and you
I swear.
imagine
They
if
haven't
you don't
really
use
gone
that
B at the
Trailblazer
moment.
that far back and it's much deeper, you can clear out back halls, right? Heat is probably in a better spot to challenge Taco backside, and it's an entirely different situation.
I didn't really
And
see the
there's more people flooding
Sentinels
behind the dog as well, so
thing.
Exactly.
that
What was like the
secondary
main thing that
follow-up
they were doing
from
differently on
Mizzino, which was
Pearl?
again a cascade out of spawn, so he could go flood into where Taco was trying to take out Heat. Those little details are really, really nice. And the other thing too, we're seeing the innovation that Sean was asking for on Mizzino right now for Leviathan. The way that he's actually using the harbor is allowing him to not be as localized.
Very well, so with you
as
today as well.
you
Jesus.
might have thought when you first started theory crafting with Harbor. Because his cascades, he's now shown that one where he's falling back, fade away to help out anybody in B-Link. And then he also has one from B-Link that lands blocking art so the players on A can work against a split very well.
I mean, you can anti with the same comp.
Of course,
though.
both abilities for him, the high tide and the cascade, go quite some distance, but
It's not enough.
you're kind of
walls.
tethered
Okay, now we
to
might maybe on
top
something.
and
Yeah, right.
center of the
MIBR
map.
low money on this one. Lost bonuses at its max.
There's that
In terms of the timeout, going for a 1-3-1. This is how a lot of teams now are approaching Sky being pretty meta. Just got info on this, and obviously moving out over towards B is good.
So far, Heat has not found himself an opening
Question
duel
mark created here,
win in this game.
but
And that is so crucial
they
for
kind of
MIBR.
cleared
He
it.
takes the most out of anybody
Question
in
mark is
America's
still here
league.
now.
And right now, they're not even finding him the opportunities, but Even when he does, not quite winning them yet. They've swapped the KJ now here, Leviathan. And for the first time, you're having a BX like early in the round.
Alarm bots, nanos. You see he tucking as he tries to get through that utility. The Clapper provides
Just
some
not
cover, and the
enough
Xeno
people
falls.
here to
Surprised
stop
see the
this.
Xeno fighting
MIBR
there
should
when
be
the
fine.
entire idea was to use this lockdown.
They get a good plant at least.
RGL getting the spike
They
down.
have to go very far back. What is the
Taco's flank is
instant
really
reaction?
slow.
How do they defuse this?
Shy's pacey on
And
this.
they don't.
Tap to force people back in, perhaps, or draw out some more utility. King still has 2
Is
mollies.
he gonna do that thing where he goes on the right side?
Taco with the op shot, and there's some of those mollies being invested. Taco trying to apply some pressure from the opposite side of the map as he's just destroying them. How much more can he find at this point? You try to preserve the op. Taco trying to get away.
Yep, you're right. Survives with just 30
Poison's
HP.
off.
We were so focused on that Taco fight, but and
Yeah.
that is exactly what it was intended to do.
I
was
tell you
split
what, though.
attention, but MIBR
I'll tell you what,
just
it
put
wasn't.
one person on it. JCC,
It wasn't
the one
just like
person
a
that has
simple B
the
hit. At least they
tools to
did some
delay
pressure
it
around the
a
map,
significant amount with
right?
the
This was a
flashes.
question mark that they created earlier on. This was obviously never
And
done,
it's the
and
second
they
round on the
never got
board.
info over towards A. So they at least had to keep people within these areas, which meant the B was weak. So then
For
it was a normal
MIBR,
B
they're
hit.
coming into this
So at least
thinking,
MIBR
okay,
did
Leviathan,
good at
one of
kind
the
of
best teams so far
making
that we've seen in
them,
America's League, one of the
making it
best
look like they
expected teams
could
as
be
well.
hitting elsewhere or having a
But
luck
they
or
did
anything
lose to
like that.
Furia the other week. Furia, our
But-
Brazil brothers.
It was just kind of the normal B hit that we see,
Who, by
and
the
we're
way,
just going to
Brazil has not
spam
lost
it
a
again
single
until it
series.
works.
Let's go.
To any other
Here.
region here in the America's League so far.
It's not a bad record.
You're thinking this is very doable, despite what expectations at the beginning of the season might have been.
Taco's
K-Corp,
stuck here,
the
and
best
I
we've
don't
seen
know
him
that
so
they've
far.
seen him. He hasn't challenged this yet. Oh, they have no idea, but the
Oh,
check was
boy.
wide. He slows the dash.
There's
and
no
the
way he gets
Clappers,
out.
But he's ripped out of the sky.
Okay, this one, a little bit simpler. They decide not to go middle,
Just a
force
little
their
ahead.
way out
That
over
was an
towards
easy
B.
shot, too.
Yeah.
They do have Viper
Thankfully
ult,
for
so
him.
again, if they can do the
Not
good
forgot the
Viper ult,
original
and
pick
which creates the
to
little
Viper orb at the beginning of the round.
little cubby here,
They've
then
shuffled not only a Phantom over
I
here
imagine
from
that's
Xeno,
what the
but
plan is.
op too. So he's back on the angle in a dangerous position.
Doesn't really have nearly the same utility or ability to
spot
have
him.
the ability to get out.
Kaplan, I know Kaplan's good
But he
because
was
of
able
Ghosts,
anyway.
and
Takes the pot shot and
I've
gets on up.
spoken to pro players that have like been coached by him, so I
Curious
know
way
he's
to advance
decent.
and play in the rest of this round here
So
for
he was always
MIBR.
going to be good.
They had an opportunity when the Viper wall went up for them to get out of here, but they chose not to. They waited for that Trailblazer, and it was all because of
All
this.
goes in to push them away.
Lockdown's gonna
Are they going to
combo
do the
into
normal
a pit
Viper
here,
ult?
So this is a dangerous situation for
30
Leviathan.
seconds left.
Yeah, do they have the good lineup?
Can they navigate it effectively? They still have back sight. They're just now funneling into the site. And they haven't cleared Mizzino
Oh,
out.
it's not the good one. They have to
He
fight on
somehow
site with
leaves
this.
the third weapon on the round in his
One
hands.
enemy
Now with the
remaining.
Spectre, and he still finds value.
They've got height on him too. Somebody's gonna jump in.
I mean, King just sprayed
That is
everyone down.
Ridiculous. I think they're MIBR not checking all the boxes. They thought that molly went off. They thought backhaul was going to be clear, but that molly actually, in a sense, worked like a Sova dart.
I wanna see a change on this map so fast. I don't want to go the whole year watching this.
And the spam's just not allowing them to
Toxin
cross.
screen. Combat.
Starting to snowball now. Taco's still been on the top since he's got it, pretty much.
Pull cats.
And back to
I
a
do
little
think
bit
this
more
was the
aggressive
easiest
looks like
change,
we've
right?
seen at the
Just
beginning
having
of
the plant spotters just this area. I don't know how it would actually play out, if it would actually change anything.
Holding his tight angle.
I think it would.
Is
Then you
shy
can
that
only
ball,
see
he
it
gets
from like
going,
here.
JCC as well.
It's
You
interesting
don't
that
get
the
this.
game
I think
plan
that's
has
the
shifted
easiest
for
change.
MIBR to hit B long
I used to think about other things, but
over
like
and over.
honestly, I
Now
think
that
just
the
having
KJ has swapped
getting rid
over
of
here
this
in
little
shot.
line here, being able to plant in this area,
It's
just getting rid of that
resulting in more
makes
kills
it
for
great.
Leviathan, to be honest. Seem to be glad to weather what MIBR is trying to throw at him.
But honestly, I would just like a whole rework.
It just
if I'm
feels like
fully
they
honest.
can't. God,
I would like
overall,
a
they feel
whole
pretty
rework.
heavily outclassed here.
Yeah, especially in this round. I mean, 5v3. Can't even get the spike down right now. They've lost Mirrors' wall. RGL's waiting for a high tide maybe, so you can put that cove down to go plant, but they also need to go aggressive.
Forgot
with it.
Breeze
I wouldn't be
existed.
surprised to see
Man,
Heat
I'd take Breeze
push
every
forward
day
when
over
they
this
tap the
month.
spike.
Destroyed.
Oh, it's cheeky here from FRZ. There's no one there to wait.
What about A site? I don't mind A
Just
site. I
a
think A
fake.
site's fine.
Player standing.
And another clean round from Nathan. just losing one there at the end.
And Leviathan knew exactly what they were going to try to do there. They knew they weren't tapping that spike. They knew they didn't have the Viper wall to work around. So you actually saw Nalsworth flash into spawn and force Heat to not push into spawn, but to regroup with his teammates B-Link, and he was way too late to join that fight.
Maybe stand up at one point as well.
7-2, and this is the
Surely that's bannable.
of Pearl here. Leviathan definitely look incredible on this map.
Yeah, 7-2 with the makings of 8-2 written all over him. You look at the buy from MIBR, and there's not much there.
Get out of my way.
It's got knives. You saw him go for an updraft earlier on. But instead, it's just fast through art.
You mentioned a couple of rounds ago
Okay,
how
force them down to
pivotal he is
eco.
the success of this squad. When he's on a bender, there's just no stopping him. But he's been so quiet.
Do you know the worst thing about all this is Americans love Pearl. Like it's in every single game. Oh my goodness.
Just temporarily.
Is there going to be a kill? No, we're fine.
Excuse me, only one of them. See what he can find now.
He's gone out, but he's gone out by himself. No real help on the other side. JZZ intending to be that support. Drops Heat again.
Spike down B.
Shy is a 2-kill machine on this side. That's 3 rounds in a row where he takes down
yeah, it's true. It's super weak. Oh
when the hit
god,
comes
it's
in, and you're
super
right.
weak.
This looks like A2 written all over it.
30 seconds
Spike
left.
down. Murius did get a phantom. But what does that mean when the rest of the team is grouped up with him?
The one benefit is it seems like Leviathan is not fully convinced on where the other player is. You see Taco is still holding, and he's still looking back towards the A flank in his spawn.
It's crazy.
So they're not fully convinced, but I think at this point you should be able to confirm.
They got a chance.
And funnel. So many numbers, just one gun on the other side for MIBR, and that wasn't it. He's back sight, and he's dropped.
Kind of clean though. All right,
Looking
2 more
brutal.
rounds. Let's see if they can get up to 4.
Anti-eco again, but there's been no situations where MIBR can really even get economy rolling.
No.
And at this point, Leviathan is starting to really roll in these retake scenarios too. Get right back up to where they're comfortable. There's those 2 rounds.
LEV is clean on retakes.
won
Yeah, it's actually very true. I'm enjoying that.
I'm
I'm enjoying when they have like Taco and he's always just dashing. Like that's something that they've kind of adopted on a lot of maps, right? Just getting through the choke points for retakes and just finding out where people are. Just making sure the trades always come in. Something that 100 Thieves are very good at. Maybe not with the actual jet and using the abilities, but just jumping around corners and making sure the trades come in.
They've been a lot less aggressive. Let's see though.
Right there.
Yeah, Winter, that's the plan.
It's like they're expecting some of that mid-fight that you were just referring to. A little bit of chip damage dropped.
Intention there was never to hang on. Just looking for a Taco kill, but he might actually push the absorb. No. Pivot's finally coming. Reckoning here. Oh, this Trailblazer can find so much info. Only the KJ spotted.
Oh.
That's important.
That's more
That's
confirmation.
info as well, though. Yeah, heavy rotate comes out from that one. All comes in. They're trying to force their way out of this choke point.
What should be a momentary window for you to be able to funnel out and create chaos on the side is gone. But now funneling forward, the dash out onto the site. Spike just now joining. Now it's met with the reckoning of their own, and if they do this quickly, they should be able to reestablish control of the site rather effortlessly. And ZR has gotten 2 on the round.
Keep an eye on the Killjoy.
Take a look at FRZ. He's on a cheeky flank. It may be too
Not
late.
sure enough. Yeah, I'm not sure enough people are going to be alive for this.
Every second that passes is another moment for FRZ to get better positioning. It's just 2 taps now. Given away, still getting the kill. The Cove leaves FRZ alone. A 1v3 has to run away.
Cove is just so good for flooding.
Again, Leviathan on the retakes are just brilliant. And a little detail there for the Harbor players.
Damn, we got banned again?
They don't use the Cove until they tap the spike first. They use actually a Cloudburst to cover up the spike so that they use their ammunition and start reloading
that was a
on
fast
the
one.
time when the Cove goes back up so that they can almost guarantee a half in a sense. And all that time as well. Used very well for the rest of the players outside of the defuse to dominate.
Potential
Now,
curse.
looking at a 10-2
Potential
half.
curse. The worrying thing for MIBR is this comp in theory is a lot better on
have to
attack.
hold on.
So
And back to same old
yeah,
business down below.
it's not looking great.
Taco hasn't been incredible in this position.
No early challenge. Taco drops the angle, takes a little bit of spam. Misses another shot. Information now of where the operator is, though.
And what they were doing really well against NRG was actually pushing down Heat with that cascade and using a cheeky angle. And he was getting a lot of first picks on the artist in that game. You're seeing none of that here. A lot more respect given to Leviathan.
An attempt at misdirection, though. MIBR just dropped a late Viper's wall towards B.
I've got your trail.
I wonder if that's the cue for Leviathan to rotate through. The alarm bot is going to delay for just a moment, but the Seekers continuing to pave the way.
They've got KJ ult here, Shy in the middle before the plant has even gone down. That might force MIBR to have to rotate.
It's good
So many
info.
walls
Oh
blocking off
boy.
every single entry to the site while Mazzino's cutting off the rotations, and there are so many members on the other side to spam the flash. It's all just one.
So
30
many.
seconds. They still have time. Tacos could be able to cut him
Yeah.
off.
He's got op too.
Does Nazwar have
Probably not the
anything
best
to
gun
flash
tab,
for
to
him?
be honest.
He's got to be good for one, and there it is. Drops a cloudburst to provide some cover as Leviathan continues to rotate,
down,
continues
B.
to decimate
Man, they got
MIBR.
so wrecked in this half, it's crazy. Lev look good on this map though, like really
We've
good.
seen moments like this over and over where Muris has just no chance of recovering that spike of the round.
Yeah, Alpha. I was trying
Well,
to,
it's
I
crazy
tried
to
not
think
to
it's
laugh
a
for it.
10-2 half, but
Switching sides.
it feels like it is worse than the score indicates.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it is
It is
been
a
an
brutal half.
absolute
I'll throw it
stomp
down to
on
the
this
desk to
map.
break down what just took place.
No chill, Doug. No chill. But we kind of agree with the point that you're making. 10-2 first half, and it almost feels like they're lucky to come away with 2 rounds the way it's going at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane the way that Leviathan is able to play this map. I think they're continuing to prove that they're far and away the best Pearl team that we have. And MIBR felt like they were just returning to the rough things that we expected in the past.
I was sold some false goods. I don't know what I bought into last week. This is not the same MIBR team that I saw last week. No, this is not a team that showed up. And this is a game where I don't feel like Taco's playing his best game. He missed a couple sitters in this half, and they were giving him bait setups left and right. Even go back to the opening pistol round, he could have gotten 2 or 3. I mean, Leviathan are just running circles around them right now.
Yeah, they are. And MIBR, some of the issues that are cropping up are these mid-rounds. If the initial idea fails, if Heat dies, it doesn't feel like they're super proactive in finding another opportunity, taking more space, and finding that second option. If the initial plan fails, they've just fallen apart.
And that's where, to some degree, Sean, I wonder if we come back to this idea that you brought up, right? Which is that they had done some amount of research to let Pro go through, knowing Leviathan was going to take it. And they gambled on their own research and their own counter strat for that, and it's not playing out. And I think that's in one of those cases where, okay, it looks doubly bad because you thought you had an answer and you clearly don't.
It really looks bad because I feel like they're using their Sky util so early, and Leviathan is just making them get no value out of their single initiator.
Yeah, and now as we look ahead towards the second half, this is where Leviathan is fantastic. Like a 70% win rate on the attacking side. They're good at the B hits as you'd expect, but this team also puts a lot of pressure on Art. Will go for those splits into the A site, and their post plants are where they
Damn,
shine.
dude.
They'll really often, as we were talking about
He's
earlier,
not
use
getting- he's
Taco
not
as a
getting
tool,
real
tap
deep.
him in to take space for this team and allow him to continue to fight while the rest of the team
Mate,
sets up
Pearl,
those
I don't
preset
think
post
Pearl's good
plans
for
that
any
they're
of our
really
healths.
strong at.
They got the nanos down, they got the Viper
I've seen
mollies
some of
down.
the weirdest
This
stuff in
comp is
chat, and
brutal
it's
in those
always on
post plants. They're
par.
gonna do a lot better than MIBR did.
Well, they only need to find 3 rounds, and with a 70% win rate from the attacking side, it shouldn't be too difficult for them. Back over to Doug and Bala, though, to close us out on map number 1.
Thank you, Dash. Yeah, the only real question on my mind is how long it's going to take Leviathan to close this map out.
70%,
to be honest,
yeah,
to
I
see if
mean,
they speed run their way through these
this
last
one's,
couple
like,
rounds.
so
It's just
done,
been a
dude.
dominant display
It's just,
from top to bottom, and yeah, that was
like
only
I
on
said,
one
this
side of
comp
the
is
map, but
better on
given their
attacking theory,
historic
so-
proficiency, I don't know that I expect much different. Ball.
When you get in,
You've seen them close out games
when
a
you're only getting
lot
2
closer
rounds,
than
it's
this.
yeah, it's not the one.
And so,
It is not
timer's
the one.
paused. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Maybe they can do it back.
So it might
but
take a while, actually, Doug.
Yeah.
I'm not
Doesn't count,
massively
right?
convinced.
You've paused the timer, surely.
Yeah. And I think one of the interesting things about, I mean, we were talking a lot about Leviathan's potential on that attack side and that halftime break on the desk, but they don't need much to close it out, right? And something I always look at when you look at score lines like this is the
you're the one that made
comeback
that weird,
possible
Jolly.
based off the comp entirely, right? There's so many power holds for Leviathan.
Right. That's not great.
Yeah, that's going to be a reset of the server, a reset of the lobby. Oh, they're still in the game. So
That's not a good sign.
I am being told this should be relatively short. And if I've lied to you, then it was Bala who said it. And it was not me. I had nothing to do with it.
You could trust me. Okay.
Sources, trust me, bro.
Yeah.
This will be brief.
I already can turn around and see the players back in the game. So either way, reset at the beginning of the half.
Which king am I more impressive?
And
Damn, that's a good
back to
question.
the pistols as well. It was something I was talking about a lot after MIBR lost the first pistol, but Leviathan has been very good. I mean, they've been one of the best pistol
That's actually a
round
good
teams in the
question.
league so far. And it's been pretty variable. But MIBR, it's been rough for them. And I think even looking
probably
forward to the rest
Gen G
of the
King
series, that's something that's
at the
going to be
moment,
super,
just
super important.
because
Is even converting just
probably
this
the best
one,
he's
right?
ever looked.
Get a little bit more comfortable, because right now what you're seeing on the MIBR side is none of the players having standout performances just yet. And
Chat, when's that game?
every
When's
single
the
win
when's
that
the
they had up
DRX
to
Gen
this
G game?
point
Someone give me that.
was 100%. Multiple players stepping up. Ready
Oh,
to
that's
check,
tomorrow.
back in
Oh,
the
that's
game,
it's gonna be so easy to wake up. Okay, that's great.
despite the 3 players.
That just made
not
waking
winning
up just 50 times easier.
That's just final words from the IGL, calling what pistol round to
That's
go
gonna
for.
be so good. I really hope that's
But
gonna
look
be
at this
so good.
aggression possible here.
It
for
has
MIBR.
mad potential.
Some things like this are kind of a good way to maybe find some momentum leading forward.
Predictions for
Whether
Gen
it's
G. Dude,
in
I
this map
think I'm gonna go
specifically
for
or
Gen
into the
G,
next.
man. I
Get
think I'm gonna
aggressive,
say Gen G winner.
Try to get some cheeky
It
kills
feels like a
for
50-50,
players like
and they're the
Heat. Try to get them
underdogs.
back online.
So you look smart for saying the
Throw a
underdogs.
haymaker and see if it lands.
So yeah, I'd probably say Gen G
Seems
winner.
like that's what they're gonna do if they have 4 members across the middle of the map, and he just instantly gets peppered, man. And then dead.
First kill of the game for him. But it's followed up by 2 big ones from Taco. It might be even more. JCZ trying to follow up on this kill. Can he get it?
I was gonna
No.
you hear his
And shy
teammates
to
just
trade
instantly
to-
running back for that one.
JCZ with a really
Damn, okay,
bold
this is gonna
swing
end
there to try
fast,
to
but
hunt down that
honestly,
kill, knowing
I'm
that
so
they're fighting
fine
back,
for this to be a
double doors
stomp.
for him to swing that out of art. And I mean, I guess
Faster
I
that we
understand
can get to
you have
Icebox,
make a
then
play,
maybe
You
split.
gotta take a shot and do something.
No, but I
Let's
see what
get
you're
away
saying.
from this
Like,
map.
he's surrounded in a sense, right?
Yeah.
But he knows there's a flash player. Yeah, I think you go for that. What do you think
Just
Taco
leave the
Bear's
stream
going?
open. Dude, I have to download
To
and
reach the handles.
like honestly, if I didn't have to edit
not gonna
all of
go
the VODs for YouTube, then I would be able to do that.
11-2 lead from for Leviathan,
Jesus,
excuse me.
Fru, what is that
think
one?
they got abs
Fru,
for
get
that
that
time.
one out of here. Oh my goodness. Fru, I'm not having that in
Yeah.
chat. Fru, my granddad watches sometimes.
Careful here.
It's a full force.
I can't have that
Also,
one.
to MIBR, they have to go for something. Dire straits. It's the same kind of play though. Walking into mid with 4. 3 this time only.
Turret down.
But the turret's watching. Shy's been having a game, by the way. Not usually the player you're pointing out on the side of Leviathan, but he's always consistent too.
Alright, MIB, I'll go for a buy on this one. Anything. Let's see if they can
Steady
do
for the
anything to
Latin
this one.
American squad. Well, yeah, perhaps feeling it a little bit more than usual. Although, again, the
Does he
score
have
really
17
kind of
V? Actually, that's probably
everyone
true. Probably
on
not.
Leviathan is feeling it.
But what's
I
the...
think also
He's still going to see loads of
MIBR just went to his side almost
peepo
every single
feeds.
round, it felt like. Despite him switching.
Alarm bot down. Swarm grenade out.
Taco
Alright.
dashing forward, and you see the oppression of the harbor wall, man. Yeah, but he's able to get healed right back up.
There's nobody on the
30
side. They're trying to
seconds
stack.
left.
Get an advantage that way. The gamble doesn't pay off.
There's still a second gamble here, though, in the force. Right? So
Oh
maybe the
boy,
first
here
one
we
doesn't
go.
hit,
It's the
and
spam
the second
fest.
one find value.
This is what we've been waiting
They're playing
for.
full post. Taco's going on an exploratory mission.
Here come the lineups. They insta-stick it,
really
though.
late.
They insta-stick
Oh my
it.
goodness.
They got it half.
Shy.
Oh, it's going to be
Once
mad. This
again,
could actually
you
be
called
pretty
him
fun.
out, and now the
Insta-stick,
volley's right
keep
on
an
time.
eye on the jet.
Got it to
It's
happen.
lurking around. Everyone's going for
Trying to
craziness.
go a couple which way, but FRC, the sheriff has
Didn't
gotten it
see
to
that?
one.
Oh, okay, I thought it was going to get a little
All
bit.
for Leviathan
I was going to get a
anyway.
little bit more nuts than that.
I was thinking that might have gone down to Taco.
Yeah,
with
I
the
thought it
late
might have
flank
gone
coming
a
through.
little bit lower.
But that's a good play by him. Good play by
Right,
Leviathan.
10.
I mean, obviously the molly was a little late. They got to half, but
All good, though.
luckily able to spam it down. The high time
Oh
is
my
still
God.
up, so it's definitely
Please, when are we going to get a
You can hear
change
it.
of this map?
scary. This was the second molly
I
coming
just
in.
don't think it happens.
But as well, Taco
Not
making
before
that decision
champs.
is because he's not really doing much other than adding spam inside of B main or holding against players who are going to push
Right,
the
10
post by you,
chances.
so
Money still
So for him,
kind of wrecked to the
He's finding a little bit
buys and
of something
rest.
to do more valuable than just sit there and spam.
A's fine. But like, if I'm being like super picky, like I would change everything that's in this
Taco's part
square.
of that. Nowswork can heal him.
But in terms of like what needs,
And they don't
like
actually
this
have the
needs to
info.
change
There was no
fast.
response spam. They're just walking dry.
Then this. Then
NCR in the
this.
turn.
Oh, but they're full pinched here. This might be it.
They have to fight out of A main. They succeed. Miri's having a tuck tail, run
Oh,
away.
I thought it was gonna be a dog kill.
HP.
Right there.
I was in for it.
Shield going up.
Just the pings and agent conversations.
Chat,
can
what
tell
are you
we're in a
asking for? Stop it.
Spam meta when there's just constant pings on the map.
What the heck do MIBR do?
Another late flank. They don't have as much this time, though.
And the
Go
prob-
second molly.
The problem is the flash from JZZ was a little early, so a false sense of security. Mizzino has now taken the space that was previously flashed. They should be unaware of this flank, and there it is.
Oh, he just walled himself off, though, Doug.
Oh, that was silly.
Or was it?
It's a silly choice. Time is short. The spam is
Okay, no, yeah, it
troublesome.
was.
And they're gonna get the defuse.
I thought it was gonna make some kind of genius
Yeah,
spam
that's a
there.
tough
11
way to wall.
HP,
That's Harbor.
52 HP. 10
He's
goes
trying to
down
wall
to
up the
9.
side.
We'll slowly count
And
it
also
down.
anybody who was trying to push into B main, so you could find like a just little gulag for himself in the spike diffuser. But okay, we get a little bit more
Chat, look at
extended.
what we've become.
I think one of the
Jesus.
issues here, following up here for MIBR is going to be so difficult by the fact that they forced into this and they're down to 2 people when this round ends, which means 3 people have to buy weapons. And I think both of these guys lost their shield too.
I believe so. Light armor on 3 of them. A Bulldog and a Guardian. And truthfully, a myriad of issues for MIBR that go well beyond just their financial situation currently.
Ult online from Mizzino too. That's one of the power ults that I was talking about that can definitely swing around.
For God's sake,
I'd
man.
rather wait here. And
I'm
just
really
guarantee
hoping they
with
end
the
it just for my
lockdown
sake.
and reckoning combo,
Chat has
potentially even
evolved.
get in the pit
I don't know if that's the
over
words
the
I'd
next
use
few
for sure.
rounds. But he'll end up spending it, which is definitely the right
Okay,
play
this is
overall,
impossible
game
to hold.
theory
It's
wise.
done.
Taco pushing the pace. Oh, and he drops right back down.
Oh.
Oh, that's cheeky. That's okay.
Oh.
Spike down B.
A couple of kills going in favor of MIBR early on.
Yeah, they
where
actually
the
managed to
trades
flood
for
the site,
Leviathan,
okay.
There they are.
It's kind of
King
on.
has gotten to Shy with the spam. Is King
Oh my goodness.
repositions. Wall goes down. and the
Oh, GL
bullets
managed
go
to get that
wide,
kill?
MIBR
Oh
gets
boy,
4.
okay. That
Taco's
forced them down
supposed
to
be able
eco
hold
as well.
that
We might be
space
here
by
for a
going for
little
that
bit.
updraft,
10
but he's in the
chances go
middle of
down to
fighting
8.
spawn, so
Low buy on this
Here
one.
is just
Thought
walks
it was
out
done.
and
Ult,
takes down the spike
ult
miner.
finished. They managed to flood the site with 4
spam
people.
from spawn enough to take
Stopped
down
the spike
cove
going
too.
down. Changed everything. So it was a nice flood.
So something, a little bit of hope.
Out.
I mean, just a sliver.
I mean, at least to get some momentum rolling here for MIBR. Just winning that force. Still no op in the hands of Heat. Still not really any insistence for him to try to get aggro and get into the game. But they force sheriffs for Leviathan.
Losing
These are
whatever
always the
stats
tricky
you have
rounds,
left. Yeah,
too.
pretty much. Nailed it and won.
Bomb grenade out.
And you go, there's no way they'll win this round. It's just sheriffs, right?
What
Right?
the hell?
It's just shared. Surely that deck can't really go against all the Vandals on the other side, right?
Jesus.
Oh no. At least
They got
FRZ
Killjoy
gets
when they get
two,
over towards
but
site. The double push
there's
is a nice
guns
reaction
recoverable
though.
there too, Doug.
But
Oh no.
damn, it ended
love
like
this
that.
game.
That's crazy. Nice
I love
kills
this
from them.
game
Nice
so
shots.
much. 13-4.
Super dominant. All right, we get Icebox, and honestly, that is an upgrade. So we'll take it.
At halftime.
Yep. 10-2 was brutal.
Nice round from Levlo.
That
Like
defense shows why
nice
Leviathan is so
actual map from them. They
fearsome.
played it well.
Because you really
They hit
have
a lot of
no
shots into this
say
one.
in how
It's good.
they're going to play, right? You just let
And their
you just
defense was
push on
very
the side, They're
impressive.
gonna
But
let you
yeah,
have it,
man.
and they're gonna go for the retake over and over and over. And you can tell they're super happy with that game plan on Pearl. I think the big question here going up next, they've lost Icebox the last time they played it.